liveness. It's evening, it's Sunday, and I think I bit off a little more than I can chew with today's project, but we're still going to get into it. So the idea was to do a large sign, which we will do, and I wanted to cut on the venture, but we can't cut all of the pieces on the venture because I don't have all of the colors. I already started cutting so that I'm not here all night long, because I know I gotta work tomorrow, and some of y'all won't have to work tomorrow. So where did I put the? Hold on. Here we go. So I bought poster board from my local variety store. This is 20 inches by 30 inches. I bought a yellow one and I bought a blue one because I didn't know what color I wanted to use, but the back is also white. So if I decide I want to use the back white piece, we can do that too. So basically what I'm doing is this 20 by 30 sign. We are going to fully decorate this sign as if it will be a welcome sign for a party, right? So the idea was to do a bunch of different cut files, but do them large where we're cutting on the venture. But then I realized I don't have all of the large cardstock. Now, when you have the venture and you want to do the venture projects, you need the materials for the size. So I'm limited to size. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut out the Sesame Street sign on the venture. I decided to go with Sesame Street. And then the characters, we're going to cut on the crickets. So that's what we're going to do. And then we're going to assemble the entire sign onto the large poster board. Okay? So let's get started. First things first, I told y'all 20 by 30 inches. You have to know your measurements so that we can put that into Cricut Design Space, and then we can get cutting. Right? I'm on the wrong account. Thanks for telling me that, Tamika, because I just hit live and it's the wrong account. No, I'm not crafting here, so let me go on the other account. Thank you. Hold on one second. I went live on the wrong TikTok account. So let me bring it back to TikTok because I went live on the wrong account. See, this is the problem when you have multiple accounts. And today I posted something on my lifestyle TikTok that I wanted to post on my crafting TikTok. If doing too much was a person, it's Shondell. All right, so let me just bring that live in and get them up to date. So I'm going to go over that entire spiel again. So today's project is a large party welcome sign, right? Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm just going to talk again about today's project because I originally went live on the wrong account. So this is going to be the background of our sign. It is 20 by 30 inches, 20 by 30 inches, and we're going to fully decorate the sign. So, you know, when you walk into a party and they have this on the easel, that's what we're going to do. I chose Sesame Street as the theme. It's going to be Sesame Street. I bought one blue, one yellow, but the back of them are white, so I'll decide which side I'm going to use once I assemble all of the pieces. Originally, I wanted to cut everything on the venture, but I don't have the large cardstock in every color to cut on the venture. So I'm going to cut the Sesame Street sign on the venture, and all of the other characters and the words that I'm going to design is going to be cut on the crickets, right? I already started so that we're not here all night. We're going to be using the Maker 4, the Maker 3, the Explore 4, and the Explore 3, and also the Venture to get everything rolling, right? So again, the base is a 20 by 30 inch poster board. We're going to get into Design Space and we're going to go design. I already did the design, but I'm going to go over it again with you guys. So first things first, again, I am live on multiple platforms, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So one at a time, I'm going to flip you guys, and then we're going to go over to the computer and then get back to cutting. Hold on. So I'm just going to flip everyone Y'all are going to be seeing the other side of the room until I move you guys over to the computer, and then I'm going to show you how you would design your sign. Okay? Let me move this stand first. I'm going to bring y'all down in front of the computer. Come on now, YouTube. You guys are over here so you can see the computer. Let me see. Is that a good? Hold on. I need to bring YouTube a little bit more closer. I think that's pretty good. Remove the venture out of the way. Okay. So I have 4 design spaces open because I'm going to be cutting on 4. So I'm just going to open another one for us to design on. So I'm just going onto the canvas. I'm going to go to my stuff because I do have it saved right here. Now, Sesame Street is another licensed character. So you would have to pay for these images if you wanted to use them in Design Space, or you could go purchase them somewhere else, or if you could find them for free, just upload them into Cricut Design Space. I paid for these images a few years ago, so I just have it in my Design Space to use. I'm going to go to Custom. And this is what I worked on already, and I'm going to show y'all how this is done. So the first thing you're going to do is the size of your poster board, you're going to put that in Design Space. So we're going to get a square right here. You're going to go up to the top where you see the width and the height, and in the middle they have a little lock. You're going to unlock that. So you're unlocking the measurements, right? Now the width is 20 inches. And the height is 30 inches. So this is what we have to work on, right? So now you have this background. This is the exact size of your board. If you have a smaller board, put in those measurements. Whatever piece of foam board or whatever you're using, cardstock as your background, you're just going to put in those measurements so that when you design, you know that it fit on your background. Okay? So this is mine. You can change it. I had it on blue, but I don't know if I'm using the blue board just yet. I don't know if I want a color board or a white background. Not sure yet. So I went to Images. I'm just going to turn y'all over there. And I typed in Sesame Street because that's the theme I want to use. So here are the images that are in Design Space. If you paid for something before, it'll just come up and it won't be a price right here. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. They don't have a price on it because I bought it as a bundle, a Sesame Street bundle a few years ago. So this Sesame Street sign, I know that I want this in the middle. So you size it the way that you want it. You just have to remember, you have to size it to the size cardstock that you have available to use. So I have some 20, I think 24 inches. I have some large cardstock, but not all colors. So what I did was I made my Sesame Street sign large enough to cut on the venture. And then all of the other ones, I just sized them so that they can fit and cut on my maker, right? So this is what it looks like. So we're going to grab, I didn't use any Big Bird. I used Elmo. I did an Elmo head. These are all layered cut files. Hold on. I have too many open. Come back. So we're going to be layering the cardstock and gluing everybody together. I also chose this Elmo. I chose this Grouch. I chose this Cookie Monster. And then there is a mixed, this one. The first layered project I did a video on about, I don't even know, over 6 years ago was this file right here. Now, right here, it's all about how you want it to look. I want the Sesame Street sign here. I wanted to put 2 of these at the top. A little head here, here. Now, these right here, I sized them all to be about, I think I did like 11.4 inches in height because I wanted them to fit on the regular cardstock, right? And I'm going to have the 3 of them on the bottom. And then right here, I just wanted to say party is here. So it's going to be the Sesame Street party is here. I didn't put the because I didn't want to fit that on there. So you just hit text. The default text that comes up is Cricut Sans. All of these Sesame Street pictures are in Cricut Design Space, but you have to pay for them because they're licensed characters. So if you're using Cricut Design Space, just go over to images and type in Sesame Street. They are $1.99 each. I don't know if Cricut still has the bundle. I think I paid about $24 for a bundle of images. Unless you can find it free somewhere, then you can just upload it into Cricut Design Space if you don't want to pay. But usually licensed characters, you will have to pay for. So the text, the default is Cricut Sans. And this is a plain text that just looks like the Sesame Street text up here anyway. So I put on the cap locks and type in party. I just duplicate, but you could just keep pressing text. Then I just change this to is. Do another one and then here. So this is how I want it to look. I also want 2 of these. I'm just going to duplicate at the top. So basically, this is how I want my sign to look. Now this, I'm going to change this color. Can you get them if you have the Cricut subscription? No. Licensed characters are not usually included in Cricut subscription. I'm going to change this to yellow because I'm going to cut that on yellow glitter. And then I'm going to put an offset on these. So you're going to select party. At the top left, right up here, you see that little pencil? That's going to bring you the more tools panel over on the left. I'm just going to, yeah.
So just 2 chickens, right?
Yeah. Get like a 2-liter of something to drink with it. You have everything else in it. Just make sure what you need to make curry.
No, we got curry.
All right. Sorry guys. So we're on this panel. You're gonna hit offset, and you see the outlining around the word party. I'm gonna select apply because I like that size. It automatically gives you a gray color. Change it to the color you want to cut it on. I'm changing it to green because when you send it to the mat, this is going to have many layers, right? So because it has so many layers, it's going to be hard to go back and figure out what color. So have the images on the color you want it to cut already. So when you look at the machine, you know what color cardstock to load. Now for is, you're just going to go back to offset and do the same. Select apply, change it to the color that you need. Here, same thing. Offset, apply. Change it to the color. Right? So now I know, I'm just going to minimize this a little bit. I'm going to move these over. That's just the original design. So right here, the blue represents your board. You design everything that you want on the board, size it the way you want it. And then what you're going to do is you're going to remove the board, because we're obviously not cutting this because we have the board at home. And then you're going to hit save. Then you save your project. This is Cricut Design Space. Thank you, Myrna. I'm going to plug it in once we start cutting, because we do have quite a few layers to cut. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about when it comes to cutting. All right, the Venture is on. You're going to select the machine that you're using for this. I'm sending it to the Venture. Wait, I want to show y'all something else. Right here. I'm going to open it back up. This one is going to the Explore machine, right? So I'm going to show you when you have a lot of layers. I'm going to show you different ways to move it over and to make it a little easier to organize. And this is not for the Venture. This is for when you have the other machines. You're welcome. Yeah, the Venture is really fast. So I'm going to, let me just make sure I have it on the Explore, because I'm going to be cutting some layers on the Explore. So I'm going to choose on the mat. And you see this white right here? It goes to 14 inches. So you can cut this on the other machines if you have the 12 by 24 mat. This I'm going to leave for the Venture. Right here. You see when you go, once one of your items are large and it makes the Cricut Design Space select a larger mat. I'm just going to turn y'all this way just to show. All of the mats are going to be that 12 by 24 size. So if you're not going to do that, I'm going to show you how I organize them to cut them on the makers with the 12 by 12 mat. And then I'll go back to the Venture. Any questions so far from where we've gone that anybody have before I start explaining how we're going to organize these on the mats? Any questions? I just want to point out, guys, that Myrna over on YT was the first one to remind me about the glue gun. Thank you, girl. No questions? So we're all good. Okay. So right here, let me just turn the stand. This one I'm not cutting. You can go to the three little dots right here, and you see it says move object if you wanted to move it to another mat, or hide select. That'll make it disappear. So if you don't want to cut on this machine, it'll just be gone and you won't cut it. Yes, you're able to do all of this on the maker. Yes. So these little eyes right here are white. And if you see right here, these are also white. So you want to organize everything so that it goes to one mat instead of you having to keep switching mats. So you can highlight all of the pieces that you want to move. Select the three little dots, choose move object. Now right here, these are all the mats that we have to cut. Those are all the colors today. Select the mat that you want it to go to. This was the white mat. You guys probably can't see it, but if you're up close, it'll show you the pieces that are on there, right? So I'm going to select that white mat and hit confirm. I'm hitting everything else but confirm, huh? There we go, confirm. So it puts everything on the mat, but you don't stop there, because when it moves to the mat, it's like if they threw the images on the mat. So it's laying on top of some of your other cut files. So if you were to send this to the mat like this, they're going to cut all over each other. You can either organize them how you want them to cut on the mat and have space. But in this case, I don't want it to cut on a 12 by 24 mat. So I'm going to go over here. On that panel, down at the bottom here, you're going to hit the material size drop down. Now, if you have 8.5 by 11 or 12 by 12, you choose that size mat. So I'm going to choose 12 by 12. It's only changing the white layer. And there you go. It changed it to a 12 by 12 mat. And then it organized everything on that mat. Now, this is the black layer. This would be cut on a 12 by 24 mat. You see all the layers we have to cut? But here's the thing. If you don't have 12 by 24 cardstock, you have to make sure, this is the 12-inch mark. Your pieces have to stop here because you will be putting 2 pieces of black cardstock on here and you don't want to cut it off. In this case, I am not using a 12 by 24 mat. We're going to go back to that panel. You're going to select 12 by 12 mat. And now Cricut will organize all of these layers on the 12 by 12 mat. So instead of that big mat, we're going to cut on this. We have a second black one, a third. These are some of the other, all the black layers are put together. So now you can cut in 12 by 12. So when it comes to organizing the mats, does everybody understand if you wanted to move things around, send certain things to certain machines, you guys understand? Is there any questions about that? So I did the yellow, I did the green, I did the green. Blue. We're doing blue here. So on this, I'm doing gray. So this one here for the 4th machine, I'm just selecting 8.5 by 11. So you see it changes to 8.5 by 11. Everybody's good? No questions? You guys understand? I don't want to go on. And if anybody comes in a little late and doesn't understand, this live is going to be saved on IG. And it's also going to be saved on YT. Now, right here, so when you have files, sometimes the reds are a different, like it's a little bit off from each other. So it's sent to 2 different red mats. So I have this red and like a darker red. But I'm going to be cutting them all on the same red. There's no print and cut in this project. So you're going to hit the 3 circles. You're going to select Move Object. And then right down here, we're going to select that first red mat that I saw. And I'm going to hit Confirm. Remember I told you, it just throws them on top of each other. You would have to organize them yourself. But in this case, I am going to just change the mat to 12 by 12. And it organized it for me. So I'm going to cut, let me just make sure my red. Any questions? Any questions? We're going to go straight to cutting. So there is a lot of mats, as you can see. With the 12 by 24 mats, we have 24 different cuts. And it would be more because I organized these where some of them are 8.5 by 11, some are 12 by 12, some are going to be on the even larger for the venture. Hold on, let me just, the gray I know will, oh no, you did the gray, the red. Let me just double check. I have some sort of red. It's not red, but it's going to work. So that's 12 by 12. All right. I'm going to bring you guys over now. I have to switch y'all around because I need to see comments as I'm working. So I'm going to adjust. Bear with me. I'm going to adjust everybody. I have to do them one stand at a time. So I can answer your questions while I'm working. So I have to flip the camera. For today, y'all might have to go over here in order to see everything working. All right. Give me a minute. I think I want it a little bit higher. There we go. All right. Now I just have to move YouTube and then we can get started with continuing the cutting. I already started some so that we don't have to be here all night with so many mats. So I started before the live. A lot of the layers are cut already. This doesn't feel tight. Okay. All right, YouTube, you guys can see everything. I just gotta make sure, hold on, I want y'all to be able, all right, so you can kind of see some of the ventures a little bit, okay, right there, you can see everything, right? There we go. All right, so I already have, this one is doing the black layer. So now I'm just going to get these mats together. I think I just have a few more. I'm just gonna open them up. I'm gonna send the red layer to the Explore. Actually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 black layers left on the Maker. Also, too, my darn mats aren't sticky, so I will be using my little labels because I don't even know where my masking tape is to hold them down so we can get moving and grooving. Because today we're going to be layering this cardstock because everything is a cut file. Hold on, that teal needs to be stuck down again. What machine is this? Hold on, the Explore 3 is what, red? Heavy cardstock. This is the Explore 4. This is ready to go, but I noticed the paper already raising up, so I'm just gonna press it down a little bit more. Start that up. That's gonna be red. I'll minimize this one. Oh, your red is done? Okay. All these others are done. Any questions? Everybody's okay here? We're doing a large poster board. So these are the poster boards I purchased. They are 20 inches by 30 inches. I just showed how you would design for the poster board, and now I'm cutting all of the pieces. Do you have a slit in your shells for the clearance? Yes, I do. They have holes cut behind them so that the mats can go through, and I don't have to take them off to cut. What are my thoughts on the venture? I love it. It's extremely fast, and if you have large projects that you need to work on or many projects to work on at a time, then it's definitely something you should consider, but also consider getting the stand as well. We're going to be
all the big chicken. They had it on both thighs, so I just
leg and thighs. All right, start seasoning that pack, and remember, season it with the curry. We're gonna use the venture to cut the large Sesame Street sign. The gray, red. Who is doing the red? We already have somebody doing the red. I'm just lining up these. And then once I do that, I'm going to send the colors to the venture. Another one. Let me just open it there. Any questions? Any questions? We're just cutting right now. Cardstock for the venture. If you're looking for large cardstock, you buy it from Cricut's website, or you can go to Hobby Lobby. They have, it's not 24 by 28. It's about maybe 20 by something else, but it's large and nice. I'll show you the difference. So this is the 24 by 28 cardstock that you get from Cricut. My mats are not sticky, so I just tape the edges. And this is the other cardstock that I found in Hobby Lobby. See, it doesn't fill up the entire mat, but the 24 by 28 does fill up the entire mat. So this is about 20 by 24, I think. So this is 20 by 24. I found this in Hobby Lobby. 24 by 28 Cricut's site. Hold on, because I reset my Wi-Fi today, so I had to like connect my machines like 3-4 times. So the venture is taking its sweet time. Hopefully it connects so we can make that side. Let me turn it off. This black layer is done. Also, too, for the rest of this week, the lives will probably be back to 1:30 because I have a lot of last minute things to do for the holidays, and I'm going to be doing that after work. So I'm going to be doing the lives probably afternoon, but again, every morning I will announce what time the live is for that day. So the projects are not going to be long and extensive unless they're on the weekend. We have one more weekend actually left this weekend coming. And Saturday, I'm actually doing a live with Pretty Party and Crafty. And we're going to go over the many ways that you can make stickers on the machine. What happened? You burned my earmuffs?
No, a little curry splash on it.
Not curry. Let me see.
I like little.
You know curry don't come out of shit.
Yeah, it got a little more than I thought it would. I was mixing it.
Alright.
It splashed.
Why you ain't clear the place before? Why are you in your coat still? Come on, take off your coat and relax and season my chicken. You wash your hands?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't even know why I was seasoning my hands. I don't like mixing curry with my hands.
You shouldn't. Okay, let's see. No questions? We're good so far? Excuse me, my child is cooking. Does the venture work with the older Cricuts? What do you mean with the older Cricuts? You mean if you're cutting on a venture and a Cricut? Because you can't use two machines together. Like, you could cut at the same time. So I'm cutting on the venture and I'm cutting on the other machines. But I'm not sure what you mean if it works with them. Good evening, good evening. So yeah, this week, most likely 1:30, shorter projects. So I could get all of my things done after work. Weekend, I think Sunday, since I'm doing print and cut stickers on Saturday, Sunday we'll maybe find a project that's maybe a little bit longer. And then in the week, the next week we're almost done. I haven't decided if we're doing every day, and the last day is New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, or am I gonna do something on Christmas? Because are people available? Am I available, Maybe Christmas night we could have like a conversation about all of the lives, answer any questions, maybe something like that. How do I cut at the same time? You're going to go, when you're in Cricut Design Space, you're going to go to new and open a new Cricut Design Space. So all you're doing is opening Cricut Design Space multiple times for each machine that you have. So for instance, today I was cutting on 4 of these machines. I open Cricut Design Space 4 times, and with each Cricut Design Space, I send it to another machine. So one Cricut Design Space, do I use yes, we're using it right now. One Cricut Design Space I sent to the Maker 4 right here. The other one I said, this is the Explore 4, this is the Explore 3, and that's the Maker 3. So I was cutting on those 4 to move it a little bit forward. So for the amount of machines you have, open Cricut Design Space, the amount of times, and then each one send to another machine. Older system, my Maker is from 2021. So with your machines, you're using Cricut Design Space. Cricut Design Space works for all of your machines. Your Makers, your Explore, your Venture. Do I have holes in the back? Yes. So behind each machine, there is a hole cut back here so that when the mats are sliding, they're going behind the hole, going through the hole. I like the way my machines look, nice and clean. I like that I had the holes cut where you cannot see the holes in the front, so it looked like they're just sitting flush on the bookshelf and they can still cut. I do not move them when I have to work. The only machine I have to move is the Venture because it slides over in a corner, but it's on wheels, and that's why I say if you get the Venture, try to see if you can get the stand. So whenever I need to move this sucker around, we just roll him where he needs to go. And also, if you look in between here, y'all see the mat? I just gotta bring YouTube down just a little bit. You're welcome. Good morning in Australia. So right down here, y'all see the mats? There are hooks inside. So these big doofy mats, because I don't really have anywhere to store these big ass mats, they hang on the stand itself. So that's why I say if you're thinking of getting the Venture, get the stand. Otherwise, it has to be on a table, and it has to be right at the edge of the table, and you'll see why when I send it to cut, but it's not. Oh, I turned it off. Let me just open. I think I cut all of my layers. I have 2 more black to go. We have onions? That's what I wanted to ask you. What was what for? The stand? I have 5 Cricuts, even with the open shelf, it still hits the wall. Move it out further. Mine is not on the wall. I don't have a wall behind it. When I did have it behind the wall, I pulled my bookshelves to the front of my desk and it never hit the wall.
We got 1 onion.
You want use it?
Yeah, I'm gonna use it.
Okay. You don't flush your bookshelf to the back of your desk. You flush it to the front of your desk to make space. If it still hits the wall, pull your desk out a little bit more. These are Alex. Was it Alex bookshelves? I can't remember. IKEA though. Not yet. I did not, but they did tell me. How much were your bookshelves? I have no clue. Just check IKEA's website. I don't remember what I spent on hardly ever anything in here. No, Calix was the shelves. Billy, there you go. Billy bookshelves. Billy bookshelves from IKEA. I honestly don't remember what the hell I spent on any of the things in here. I just be adding to cart and crying later.
That's a rosy?
Huh? That's the fried rice, and then I think the roti's on top. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna come to the questions. I just have to link. We have 2 more layers, I think, for the machines, and that's it. Everything, I think, because before I started, I realized that I didn't have all of the size cardstock for the Venture, so I went ahead and designed the project ahead of time and started cutting, so I had some stuff waiting, and you guys only had to see some of the cutting. The waiting to exhale design people are showing on. are showing up. Waiting to exhale. So when you have your Cricut, any theme that you want, once you can find an SVG file, which will be your layered file, what we're using today to cut, or if you find an image, a PNG, you can do print and cut. So once you find these images, you bring it into Design Space. Design Space doesn't have everything available, and a lot of the things you do have to pay for, but you can upload what you want for free. I go live every day on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. For the month of December, I've been going live from December 1st. I'll be doing it every day on all 3 platforms up until Christmas, teaching you a new craft project. Your maker is 2021, same Design Space from before 2020, I believe. It's the same Design Space you're going to use for all of your machines, including the Venture. And the Joys, they all use the same Cricut Design Space. So if you can find images of that theme, just upload it to Cricut Design Space and then you can use it. If it's an image, you won't be cutting layers though. You will be doing a print and cut if it's a picture, like an image. One second, I'm just trying to, I'm gonna turn these off because I'm done with these. We won't be cutting anymore, just that one that's left with one more sheet. I also try to remind myself to turn these things off in the nighttime as well. Can I create designs in Canva and use the Explore and Air 2 to cut them? Yeah, you can. I design all the time in Canva. Just go to upload and you're gonna upload the image that you saved in Canva. When you're saving in Canva, save it as a PNG and then you can upload it to Cricut Design Space. If you're doing like a one layered image, let's say you wanted to, somebody said Waiting to Exhale. Let's say you found an image of Waiting to Exhale on the internet and it's a picture of the ladies, but you don't want the background. So I would remove the background from while you're in Canva. Download it as a PNG, but make sure you select to remove background so that the white background is not there too when you download that image. So when you upload it to Cricut, you won't have that square background. It'll just be the picture that you need to use. Let me just double check YouTube. You're welcome, you're welcome. So I'm here every day, but I will be announcing in the morning what time I'm going live for each day and what project we're going to be working on. You're welcome. There's a lot of people that's new to Cricut. Also, too, you find a lot of new people around the holidays because people are getting machines for Christmas, you know? Can I do Cricut Joy projects? I don't use the Cricut Joy that often. With the Cricut Joy, you're doing the same exact thing. It's no different. It's just sizes. So you'll know when you send your machine, when you try to send your design to cut and you chose Joy, it'll tell you it's too big. The Cricut Joy is the same thing except the regular Joy, I don't think it does print and cut. You have to cut layers. You just have to size it to fit your machine. That's the only difference. If you have the new Joy, the extra, I believe that is, that does print and cut. It'll do 8.5 by 11. So you're doing the same thing we're doing, just to size the machine. That's the only difference. With the Joy, these, and then the Venture is just really big. So you're doing the same thing, using the same Cricut Design Space. You just need it to be the size for the mat for the machine you're using. Can you still use 2 machines at once? Yes, I use 4 to 6 machines at one time. Today I was using 4 and 5. At one point I was using 4, and then when I used the Venture, so for my niece's birthday party, I used 6 machines plus the Venture, so 7 altogether. You're just gonna open Cricut Design Space multiple times. Each design space, send to another machine. So open Cricut Design Space, send it to your maker. Open it again, send it to your Venture. Just go to the top of your account. I use a Mac, so it's at the top left of my screen. Hit File, and then it'll say Open New Window. That's all that you're doing. And open it for every machine that you own. Select the machine in Cricut Design Space, and each Cricut Design Space, you send the project to another machine. Today's project, there was about 20-something pages. If I cut 20-something pages on one machine, I'd be here all day. I literally did most of this cutting in under an hour on 4 to 5 machines before I came on live with you guys, and then I left some for now. Let me go just back to the computer because I need to link the venture. Hopefully it's linking. This one is done. I think this is the last. The half of the regular. So today there we go. I was just about to tell y'all, because today I had to reset my Wi-Fi and everything was disconnected, so it was giving me trouble, but I just had to turn off the computer and turn off the machines, turn them back on, and everybody was fine. So the venture, I still have one more black. If you're new here, my name is Shondell. I'm the creator of the CraftPrint. I would say I specialize in paper crafting, but I do dabble in a little bit of everything. I have over 200 tutorials on YouTube, so you can head over there and subscribe to my channel as well. Can you still use, oh, you're welcome. You've been having Hey Siri with my machine cut into the carrier sheet after you put in a new blade. I'm not sure what you mean. Do you give them names? My 5 Cricut have names and Cameo. No, I don't name my machines. I do have other brands, but I haven't learned how to use them just yet. Next year is on the to-do list. I have the Caesar Juliet, and then I have 2 Cameos and a portrait. Also, too, I was talking to somebody yesterday because I used to have a brother scan and cut, and I gave it away. But I think I'm gonna get it back again so I can learn that one too. I have one venture. I have 3 joys, but they were really just for my nieces. I broke one though, so now it's 2. And altogether, my Cricuts, I have 11, but I would say use 8. No, I don't name them. I don't have nicknames, nothing. When I send them to cut, it's just the name that it is and the registration number, because there's 3 original makers. So for me to send it for each one, it's going to be maker, and I think it has like 4 numbers on the end. With your machine cutting through your carrier sheet. It has to be the settings. You know which machine it's connected to because of the name of the machine. It'll say Maker, Explore, Maker 3, Maker 4. If you have multiple of the same makers, at the bottom of your machine, there's a number. So it's going to be like Maker 2324. The other one is going to be Maker 7585. Just look at the bottom of your machine, and when you look in the Bluetooth setting, that's the name that's going to pop up. It's on the bottom of the machine. When I buy my machines, my new blades last me years. Some of them I didn't change in 2-3 years. When you use the cheap blades, because I fell into the trap. Somebody told me buy the blades from Amazon, and they were shit. I think I change my blade every couple of months. But when I use the blades that come with my machine, I don't change it for 2-3 years sometimes. See, she actually names it. There are other people too that I know they have specific names for their machines. I just consider all of my Cricuts my daughters, but I didn't name any of them because I only have sons. I have 4 sons. So my machines are my daughters. But I didn't name them. All right, let's get the venture going so we can assemble. White, green, and yellow. Okay. So we're gonna do the green Now, with the Venture, I think I have to bring y'all down so y'all could see it better. There we go. I'm just trying to organize so y'all can see. With the Venture, obviously you could send smaller things if you want to, but when you're cutting larger images, you want to try to see, because that's why I didn't cut everything on the Venture. I don't have every color available right now. I don't buy the large cardstock because I don't use it that much. And I have a whole bunch here wasting. They got bent out of shape, so I don't buy them that often. But on Cricuts, you can get them from Cricut if you want the full size of the big mat. This is 24 by 28 inches. You can also find some at Hobby Lobby, and this was 18 by 20 inches, this one. So I'm going to, let me get the pieces that we need for the support in the back for the mat. That's my last black piece. Press that button. Put these in the back. This is just supporting the back of the mat as it's being used. You have to put, y'all can see, y'all can, wait, hold on, y'all can't see here. There we go. This handle, let me push it over here, has to go down before you cut. Even if you press go to the cut and the handle is, oh shit, I didn't put this in, hold on. Even if you don't put the handle down and you press for it to go, your machine will not go. The handle has to be down. I'm going to just take this out because that's all we need here. Press the button. I think I have all of the layers we need to assemble. Once we finish cutting on the Venture, I'm going to move you guys on the other side of the table and we're going to assemble all of the pieces. Look at it. You see it's raising up? I'm going to have to do that over. Hold on. Let me tape it down a little bit. My mat is not sticky. And the one downfall, which I understand because it's so big, the Venture mats are not cheap. I'll come to the comments in 1 second. I'm just organizing the cuts that we have here. Oh, see? I went to press the button, but I didn't put down the handle. So it gave me a notification. So you can't start cutting until that handle is down. More than I needed. That's fine. We're making a large poster board. No, you can order from Amazon the blades, but it needs to be Cricut brands. The other brands, I don't like them. There are people who do like them, so I don't know. You might just. I hate them. Wait, no, I'm missing a layer. I see something I'm missing. I see something I'm missing. Where did he go? All right, so this is done. All right, so the way that I taped it down, you're going to see the tape on there, but I can just peel it off. So here's the thing. So this is what we cut. This is part of the Sesame Street sign. You're going to make sure you keep those little pieces that go inside of the R and the A. Because we need to put those back in there when we put the sign. The next node is going to be our white. Oh, I stepped all over the white paper. Lord, Father God, forgive me. Let me see. Do I need to tape it down more? I think I might, just to be safe, so we don't have to recut anything, because assembling is going to take a... Oh, hold on. I'm yapping. I didn't put our battery in. And I was reminded like 10,000 times. I also am going to turn on the big glue gun today towards the end when we need to glue the when I need to glue them onto the actual poster board. I'm going to use the bigger gun. Have to get my yellow cardstock. I'll get one here. It's not ready yet. Oh, there is one more layer for the maker. And that was a red layer. And I'll put the matte. Where did I put the other mats? Oh, there they go. Alright, so the just a kind of a dark red. It's alright. It's not like I am giving this to anyone. This is just for content. So this is our white layer. It just has little splits. You'll see it when we get close to the desk in it to show you where the paper goes. And then next load. Oh, you know what? I actually have two red. So we can do that while we start that curry.
Sorry.
I said start the curry.
I gotta what is what's it called?
Hold on, why?
Got onions first.
Let's get our red cutting back here. And this. All right, let me. Oh, TikTok is already asking me for the puzzle. All right, I was working. Any questions that I missed? Happy Sunday. Hello, hello, everyone. I don't think I missed any questions, comments, concerns. Thank you. I enjoy crafting and I enjoy helping people, so you know. You're welcome. I would say, right? I do get a lot of people who thank me for helping for free. The main reason I help for free is because I work. Like I have a full-time career that crafting honestly pays for crafting for me. All of my bills are paid through my job, right? So there are some creators who do this full-time. So they have to charge for their work, for their information, for their tutorials. So I know sometimes it's hard to find free help because you're just starting. But we also have to remember that a lot of people are starting to make money. So we can't be mad at the crafters who are making money teaching, because that's where we're all trying to get to. You know what I'm saying? For me, the reason I can do so much for free is because I do work. I do make money off of crafting. I can make more, but I would say myself, all of the work, a lot of the time I don't want to do it. I don't want to have to keep up with it. When it's like paid things, it's so much more work and no break time. It's just a lot. So I do help out for free most of the time because I do, I have a career. I work in health information management. I work from home, so it's easy for me to, my work setup is in my room, and then out here, which is my living room that I turn into my craft room, I just come out here and do my crafting and stuff like that. So it's not that people are, I would say, like greedy or anything. They're building their business. That's how they pay their actual bills. I know a lot of crafters who crafting is their sole source of income. So they do have to charge for tutorials, classes, stuff like that. I do have other things. I do have a YouTube channel for the people who are not on YouTube. I have over 200 tutorials on YouTube. I have, there are like different ways that I do generate some income from social media as well. So I appreciate people that do support those things. I sell craft supplies, which I don't know if I'm going to really continue. I think I'm going to put the rest of the stock that I do have on the TikTok shop until it sells out. I'm working on that process. I have a blog, I have YouTube, a lot of crap. So I do appreciate everybody being here. You're welcome. Yeah, I think sometimes that's what kind of the disconnect is. And there are people who do something. So when you guys, especially people who are starting out, always do a little for free, charge something else because you have to make money. But you bring people in by helping. There's ways to still sell. So I would teach people the same products I sell. I really don't see, for me, that's what I choose to do. I still get my customers. The cake toppers that I teach people, my customers are still going to buy it. A lot of the times what people don't understand are there are more customers than sellers, even though it might seem like it's a lot of sellers because that's who you're around on social media. But there's so many people out there who's not getting a cricket. They're not getting any of these things. They're just consumers and they're going to buy. I live in New York City. We have 8-point-something million people alone just in New York City. There's enough money for a lot, all of us, to make. It's out there. When you start building your community and your people, help a little, charge a little. For me, it works. I help more than I charge by choice. But also, too, I built a community that when I'm ready for changes, when I'm ready to do things, they support me. Because they feel like, well, I know that when I needed the help, she helped. She answered questions. She showed me how to do this. So I'll help with doing that, you know? It works out. It balances out. It's a lot. What's going on? Hold on. Our machine is thinking that our project is longer than it is. Why? We'll see what's going on. All right, hold on. So we have this. This is our, we have one more red. I thought I was done all of the layers, but I just have to cut one, this little heart for Oscar the Grouch's sign. I'm going to cut that in red glitter. All right, guys, we're almost done cutting. I don't know why the Venture is thinking that the project is longer than the mat. I'm going to take it out and feed it back in. It is not a big project, larger than that project, so let's see. I don't know why you think it is. Right? You know what? I probably do. I thought I had some scrap. Sorry. Also, too, if you're new here, the metallic and the glitter that I'm using, it's my brand. Make sure that I hide the rest. It's only one file. Yeah, project requires a 24 by 28 rat. It is not leading. I'm going to come out of design space because it's not reading my map properly for some reason. So we're going to take that out. I'm going to move y'all so that while I'm finishing these last cuts, I am assembling. Because I have work in the morning. So we don't want to be here till 1, 2 in the morning and we gotta go to work, you know? I'm just gonna take these down. I'm gonna move you guys to the other side of the room. And then I'm gonna have a seat while we assemble. Let me just put this metallic in here. I wanna cut this so I could close this machine though and then back the Venture up. All right, hold on here. You guys are gonna go over here and then face this way. I'm gonna bring y'all closer in a minute. I just have to also, YouTube, you guys are gonna go over here. Okay, you can see, that's good. Let me make sure y'all are not facing over there because my sons do not like to be on social media. They do not like to be on social media. All right, so I'm gonna move y'all closer once we can back everything up. I don't know. Let me turn off the Venture. And then we're going to turn it back on. I don't know why it's reading. I needed a glue pen though. I need to make a list of supplies. I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to get my book. Do I have one out here? I don't think so. And do that today. While we're here, so I know what I need to order. I actually found this girl on, I started following her on my lifestyle account on TikTok. And in one of her planners, she has a little planner with just images of all the things that she want to buy. And then she checks them off. I don't think I'm going to do images, especially when I always need craft stuff. But it's a good way to have your list of your needs and just keep going to that list instead of continually buying. I think I'm going to implement that in 2026. All right, so we have all of our layers cut except for the last piece for our sign on the Venture. I'm going to send it and we're going to start assembling. I'm going to turn y'all so y'all can see this table. How many pieces? Let me just show YouTube. So we have all over here and all here. I'm going to try to move as fast as possible while we're assembling. I will probably have to move y'all a little lower. Hold on. So you are kind of not at the height of the desk. YouTube, I could bend. I'm waiting on the other attachment so that I can lean forward on all of my cameras. Only, oh, YouTube, y'all are tilted. Only 2 out of 3 I could lean forward. I'm just waiting on that other attachment to come. And then we should be good. It didn't ship yet though. I just asked my son. I'm just going to get the sign again and send it back to the machine. Also too, once I sit down, I won't be able to see questions as good, but I will try to get to all questions if I can. All right, Venture. What color we said we need to cut? Yellow. Glitter. I'm just going to choose glitter cardstock. I ain't got time to get no correct setting. All right, let's see if she gonna act the fool. All right. Let's see what it's gonna do. Let me just double check. Changing, Cricut change up the design. Well, Design Space has updates pretty often. It can be a little stressful. Let me tell you, nothing prevents us from buying crap. I'm convinced. I be trying my best to be responsible with spending. It never works. Thank you, thank you. It's still saying larger mat required. It's not reading my mat. Requires a 24 by 28 inch mat. What fucking mat you think I have? I don't know why it's reading another mat. What mat do you read? Like, what mat are you reading? Let me try again. All right, so y'all see the pieces. So the Sesame Street sign, we have to glue the green on top of the white. And the last piece that we're trying to cut is that yellow border. I'll continue trying. I won't sit. Let me just bring the table up since I can't sit yet. gonna start with the side. What I'm gonna do though, to make my life easier with this side, I'm gonna use double-sided tape. Yeah, it's not reading the mat. I don't know why. I don't know. It's saying I need a 12 or 24 by 28 mat. Motherfucker, that's all I put. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let me try this. Do I have my other mat? Let me see. Yes. Let's switch this mat to the 24 by 12 mat. And let's see if it's going to read that one. Now, where did I... So with the Venture, it also has this size mat, a 24 by 28. It is not the same size as your 12 by 24 mat for your maker. They're different. Y'all know these brands know what they're doing when they do stuff like that, child. They want to keep the money. Honey, this is a filthy ass mat. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the cardstock off of the big mat. We're going to try it on the 12 by 24 and see if that was the issue. Are you... Oh, are you going to read it? Can you see what I put? Are you going to act like an ass all night? Now, we don't need all of this paper. Just gonna cut it. It ain't gotta be perfect because it ain't coming all the way down here. And I just want this thing to hurry up and cut so I could get to assembling. We're gonna line it up. This is not a sticky mat. All of my mats, I've been saying this all week and I still haven't gotten mats. But I don't think I'm gonna get mats. We're just gonna be sticking these mats down for the rest. Because I'm not doing, I shut down my Etsy shop. I don't have no orders to make. It's just for content. So I'm just gonna leave it and we use what we got. Tomorrow, Tuesday and Wednesday, we're not even using paper. I actually sat down and made about 3 days. I made the next 3 days schedule. But we're not going to be doing any paper. We're going to do laser, sublimation, and I think Thursday I might do like an HTV project. All right, let's try this and see what it does, see what it says. Is working on that mat. All right, so let's go back to putting our double-sided tape. We're cutting on the smaller mat on the Venture instead of the big mat, and it seems to be working. So we have our border for our Sesame Street side. All right, so we are 100% officially done cutting our layers. Let me tell you, just like the children do, just acting an ass because you lied. Let me be in here just working and it is going smooth. Table, make sure you're looking at that chicken. All right, I'm just going to take this down. Don't forget the chicken. Time to assemble. So I'm going to be using, I have my glue pen glue plugged in. I am, going to be using the glue gun today. The glue gun is very runny. It be dripping a lot. So I gotta get a piece of cardstock. This is the thicker battery, so this is gonna last the whole time we craft and it'll be ready to go. So we're gonna use the glue gun today and the glue pen. So right now I am also using double-sided tape. The gold color vinyl. I can't show it right now because we have a lot of layers to do and we need to finish tonight. I'm sorry, but I don't have vinyl. I think you mean metallic. If you mean metallic cardstock, I do have some, but it's not a lot in stock. But I can't show it right now. We have a lot of work to finish. If you want to go on my timeline, you could just scroll and see projects that I've used the gold metallic on to see what it looks like. I don't think I need to. This is just a sign for content, so I'm not going to make sure I get like all of the edges. So, you know what I said? Hold on. Yep, of course I did. Of course I did. I knocked over the inner pieces for the A and the P. Is that good? It's close enough. Close enough. All right. I just want to get this tape off. All right. So this is the first 2 layers. And then we have this layer that goes on top of it. So we're going to lay it down. Hold on. The glue pen is dripping too. Just line it up where it needs to go. And then anytime I line it up, I'm right-handed. I use my left hand, the side, like you're chopping, to hold it in place. I raise up this piece, then I glue it and press it down, making sure the left hand stays to hold. Oh, do you need a glue stick? To hold it in place? Of course you need a glue stick. Why wouldn't you need a glue stick? Alright, so once that end piece is done, you can go all the rest little by little. And then what I do with these big signs like this, if I come and once I'm done and I see some edge of like maybe the white or the green, I just trim it off. Oh, that's the inside of the A. It's just the R. I said P. No damn P in Sesame Street. This is the inside of the A. I think I lost the inside of the R. Mind you, when I cut it, I said keep it, but when I put that piece of paper down, I lost it. I think I pushed it on the floor. So that's the inside of the A that I put there. I just have to find the inside of the R. So what I was saying, like right here on this little edge, you see, you can see a little bit of green. It's a tiny bit of green right on the edge. If that bothers you, like it bothers me, you could just go in and trim it. And then I just trimmed it off manually so that it's like clean and even, right? Just the edges part. Let me see if it's underneath the cardstock. Yes, it's still here. All right, we have that inner piece of the R. And this little tweezer. I bought this little one in Hobby Lobby. Just hold your smaller pieces. And I have the tweezer that come in like the Cricut set. I just want to lay that in there. And there goes our Sesame Street sign, all put together. Now, we're going to work on characters. First, we're going to try to zoom through characters, and then we have the letters. Elmo. The good thing about Sesame Street characters is they don't have crazy layers, unless you get, what's that little fairy girl name? With the purple and pink, she has a lot of layers. Elmo, Oscar, and Cookie Monster, even Big Bird, it's not crazy. Ernie and Bert, they stripe shirts be a lot of colors. So with Elmo, we have a red layer, which is most of your design, right? You're just going to center it, just like I said. You always lay your layer down before gluing anything. Line it up where it needs to go. I always line it up, again, with that left hand holding it in place, while I pick up the end, glue this end, and then move over to the next side. Now the glue gun is a little hot. You could kind of see it on there, right? So now this part is glued, and over here, it's already in place. So we're just bending this up and gluing a little at a time. Do not try to do the whole thing. Little piece by little piece. You could even flip it backwards if you want. I like it forward more because I'm seeing because even though it's lined up, sometimes you can kind of shove things to the side a little and it be off-centered. Also, too, when you're using hot glue, you don't have time. Once it goes down, that's it. All right, so we have Elmo's body. And with Elmo, let's find the correct size eyes. I think this one. Yes, because it's only one. So these are his little eyes that we're going to put on there. Kind of hard to see white, right? You see those eyes? This goes right at the top. If you feel like you're fast enough, just put that glue on there and then stick it down. Also, too, there's little cuts in the design to show you where everything goes to. The eyes are done. Oh, guys, you see? I never cut his nose. So we're going to put him down and we're going to send the nose to cut. So what you can do, I don't try to separate it. I just go to the whole project, send everything, and just skip right to that orange layer. I don't have time with trying to get rid of, because we have Elmo, the full body, and then we have Elmo in the mixed picture. So we actually have to cut, I think it's 3 noses. It's actually 4. Why is it 4? Oh, and the little one. See? I forgot. Alright, so I'm just going to change that to 8.5 by 11 and send to the maker. Alright, let's move on to y'all, hold on a minute. Every time I pick up something, I realize it's something I ain't cut. I thought I cut. Hold on. We did not cut. Cookie Monster's cookie. All right, but anyway, we'll send it to cut. So we have Cookie. Now, Cookie Monster, his piece is a little delicate. That bottom is, these 2 pieces are attached by a thread. You're gonna lay it down exactly where it needs to go. Some of these pieces didn't pop out automatically, so I'm just gonna poke those out. Any questions? Right now, we're just layering our cardstock. We're going to lay Cookie Monster down. Tavon, you in the kitchen? I guess not. Tavon! Alright. Again, my left hand holds down my design just to keep it in place. And you just do, I'm gonna do one leg at a time because I feel like Tavon?
Yeah, yeah.
No, not for the food.
Nah, but I really came for the food. I didn't know you was calling me.
Oh. I need some cardstock. Hold on, forget it. Is it thick?
What? Like the? I mean, yeah. Yeah.
You sound unsure.
Nah, it is though, but it's a lot of what do you want to call it, water, so it's.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is it thick? Is the water thick?
It is.
Okay.
So I put the apple. I'm thinking of how much let it in half, let it boil without the top.
Okay.
Still alive?
Yeah, I got a while to go. I'm assembling this poster. I don't think I had any. Oh, hold on. I might have one from YouTube. Is there a recommended weight for the cardstock for sturdiness? No. This is going onto a poster board backing, so the weight doesn't even matter. You only need a really thick weight when you're doing something that's 1 or 2 layers to make sure it's real sturdy. So if you're doing like a 1-layer cake topper with cardstock, then you want to make sure that your cardstock is like the 110 pound. But this is multi-layers, then it's going onto a piece of foam board, so it doesn't really matter. Where can you get this design? So I designed it. I put everything together myself, but these files are in Cricut Design Space.
Wait, the roti already here?
It should be with the rice.
Oh yeah. That's a small one. I didn't know that.
Check and see. Don't put it in the fridge, you know.
Because he told me. No, he told me he put it in the fridge.
Don't put the roti in the fridge.
I'm gonna
Take it out. The Sesame Street designs you do have to pay for because they're licensed characters. Even if you have Cricut Access, they're going to charge you for the designs. I bought these years ago, over 6 years ago. I was doing a party and I needed all of them, and I bought, like, they had a bundle of the Sesame Street ones in Design Space, so I purchased them. But if you go now, you would have to pay any license, the licensed characters. Also, too, even though you pay to use licensed characters, you're paying for personal use. When you go on Design Space, like the Elmo and stuff like that, you're paying for personal use. You cannot sell Sesame Street. Sesame Street does, unless you contact the company Sesame Street and pay for licensing, which those big companies are usually in the tens of thousands. We're not supposed to be selling these characters. I didn't build the shelves. Those are just bookshelves from IKEA. They're Billy bookshelves, and my boyfriend cut holes in each layer behind each machine. He just put the machine on there and measured out where I wanted it to be cut. So they're rectangle holes cut right behind it for the mats to go through on each shelf. They're Billy bookshelves from IKEA. Also, too, the Billy bookshelf stops here. This is the last shelf, and that up there I bought. You can buy a singular hutch to go on top. So that last layer is purchased separately. When you buy the bookshelves, you get like a 3-layer bookshelf. But they do have, I think, a 6, like from the bottom up, a 6-layer one. I just didn't want the machines low on the bottom. I wanted them on a desk. I do have videos on all platforms, but on YouTube especially, showing you the bookshelves. I've posted a few times moving the machines. I'm going to keep posting it for anybody that's new, showing what behind the bookshelves look like. I used to have them up against a wall. Right now they're in an area where it's an open space. But if you do have them up against a wall, I just pull my bookshelves to the front of my desk so it has space for the machines to go in the back. Alright, so this is Cookie Monster layered. Also, his eyes are over here, so we're going to put those in. We don't have his cookie yet because I didn't cut that. We're going to cut it in a moment. This is the wrong eyes. So where is his... Did I size it different? I think I might have... Don't tell me I did what I think I did. I think I sized it different before I cut it and I didn't save. Because these eyes are a little larger than Cookie's damn face. But I'm going to use it anyway. I definitely ain't recutting this one little size. Put it right in there. It's a little larger. It goes above the white, the black backing, but I'm going to keep it. The girl ain't got nothing else. Alright, so our orange is done. So we can go back and put on Elmo's nose and finish Elmo. I'm going to just place the brown, which is going to be the cookie for Cookie Monster and also Oscar the Grouch's eyebrows. I have these tape on my mats because my mats aren't sticky. I don't think I see any questions. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section while I'm looking up now. It's going to be very hard for me to answer questions while we're assembling. Alright, I can see much better. I can see much better. What type of paper? This is just regular 65-pound cardstock. Regular 65-pound cardstock. Some of these are from a pack, some are individual, just spare paper I have all around here. You're welcome. So hopefully, I don't have to get up anymore because we have everything officially. Y'all, I definitely did. Let me try this one. Oh, okay, this one fits. I'm about to say I really got their little pieces a little bigger. You're welcome. Alright. So I was gonna say Mickey Mouse. Elmo is done. I'm just gonna show all the cameras. Hold on. I realize the lighting. I'm just gonna put this more in this ring light in the center. That was a little better, right? Yeah. So Elmo is done. We're gonna put him in the back, and we finished the Sesame Street sign. We're almost done Cookie Monster. We just have to get his cookies and his crumbs done. You have a question. I can't translate that question though. If anybody knows what it says, translate for me. It doesn't give me an option to translate that question. All right, we're going to get to Oscar the Grouch, which I cut his can in glitter. So again, you're going to line it up. Oscar's your favorite? I love that little grouch, because I'm a grouch like his ass, so I love him too. Alright, same thing, hold it down once you line it up. The glitter cardstock doesn't like bend as much, so just try to get it on there. And you don't have to get the glue on every part, just get like down the middle somewhere on the edges, and you should be good to go. Just going to flip this way. Line it up. And just remember, like, take your time and do a little piece by a little piece. What do I remove my glue with? I don't remove glue, so I don't use anything to really remove the glue. I don't remove glue. The sticky glue on the vinyl. On vinyl? Oh, thank you. So I don't remove the glue, especially once you get it on paper, that's it. You have, that's why I said do piece by piece. If you glue this down and you need to take it off, you have to recut your project. Vinyl, when you're using vinyl, you can just peel vinyl. If it's heat transfer vinyl, you can heat up the bottom of it and peel it off a little. I don't know if it'll come off clean though. So yeah. Plexiglass, I don't know. I don't use plexiglass to craft with. So I honestly wouldn't know how to remove glue from plexiglass. Unless maybe Goo Gone, I don't know. Alright, so this one goes here. Child, where the heck does this go? I think here. Oh yes, right here. You look like an upside down happy face. Alright, so we're gonna glue these pieces on. Our cookie is done, so we can go back to Cookie Monster. So you're basically just doing a little piece at a time. And this is why this is something that I do say you definitely have to love it, because thank you for translating for them. I did do the yellow sign in glitter. It's hard to see. Especially IG, there's a filter on here. I need to take that off. So this is glitter. I don't know, for some reason, YouTube, the camera's the best. So just gonna get some glue all on here. So you see? Ryobi is the brand of the glue guns. It's a glue pen and a glue, this is the glue gun that I didn't even turn on. And this is the glue pen that's used for smaller projects. Hold on, let me just see if I could, if I missed anything for, okay, nothing. IG, oh, Instagram, the comments was not moving at all, but let me try to see. Hello from Texas. Okay, the Instagram comments wasn't moving at all. Yes, everything was cut on the Cricut. So if you, when this live is finished, it's going to be saved so you can look back. I went through the process of designing the entire project, cutting. Some of them I cut before I came live because there was so many layers. And now we're assembling. For the heart, I'm going to put 2 layers of the adhesive foam square and then put it on. Of course, whenever you're gluing anything onto glitter, you want to add some hot glue for reinforcement because it will raise up. All right, so this is how it looks so far. That's how it looks. So we're going to grab this is Oscar's green face. You just always lay it down and line it up where it needs to go. There's a piece that didn't come out. Use my left hand to hold down piece, right hand to pick up a little edge, and then put some glue. Do not try to glue the entire thing one time. Do a little at a time. Also too, if you're new to using a hot glue, it's not good to use it. Try to find more of a sticky glue. What is this glue called? A lot of people use it. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? What's that glue called? I forgot. But any like sticky glue, wet glue, the Beacon 3-in-1 is good, but that's real tacky. Barely Arts. So a lot of people, not E6000, not for paper. E6000 would be for bling and like metals and stuff like that. Barely Arts have a glue. Even if you could use Elmer's glue on this if you need to. Any kind of wet glue like that. If you're not really good with using a glue gun, use those first. Because the glue gun, you have to move fast because it dries quick, and once you put it down, there's no room for error. You have to like get experience with a hot glue. There's no spray glue. No spray glue on paper. No. You have to be very good with a glue gun before you start doing that, because once you mess up, you would have to recut this project all over again. When Oscar's hat, I ended up ripping a little bit of it off at the top, and I wasn't recutting it. We're gonna use it just how it is. Because again, this is not something I am making for anyone. This is just for content, so I don't have to make sure it's like perfect, but if it was for a customer, I would recut it. So right here at the top, his little hat piece, I ripped it by accident. and I won't be fixing it. Let me get our brown layer. So on here, so like the Barely Arch, your glue pen, stuff like that, especially these little small pieces, it's good to use. These are his eyebrows. And they just go right here. I'm just gonna dab. And then Oscar's eyes are separate, 2 separate white pieces. 2 little tiny separate white pieces. So I'm just going to lay them down to make sure that I have them in the right spot. Always lay your... What is that?
That's me.
Oh, you all right there, buddy?
Yeah.
All right, check the curry. Always make sure your pieces, you know where they go, lay them down first before gluing them down. All right, so Oscar is 100% done. I'm just gonna show each platform. There is a little piece right here, like his green. Hold on, his little, let me just get that, because it's bothering me that I don't see it. So he has like a little bang piece of hair that fills in at the top there. Let me just put it in. Does it look like a really big empty space? So Oscar is done with his little metallic heart, besides the piece that I ripped off at the top by accident. So we have Oscar done. Each time I'm going to show everything that we have done. We have Elmo done. And this is all layered cardstock. And we have the side done. So now, who's this guy? Cookie Monster. Oi, so we have that left. We have the dual one with all 3 of them, the 2 little pieces and the letters. It is 7 o'clock. My goal is to finish by 9 o'clock at least, before. I'm going to go through all of the pieces and then I'm going to put them all onto a 20 by 30 inch poster board. What brand is the glue guns? You can't, what couldn't you see? Oscar? I'll bring it back to the front. These are Ryobi. I do have a list in my bio for AMAZON. And I have a list of all the supplies that I use there in that link. What else I was going to say? You can also find it in Home Depot. You can just go on Home Depot and find them. Give me 1 second and I'll put Oscar back up to the camera. So this is what Oscar the Grouch. I did the garbage can as glitter. Here we go. So Cookie Monster also has a few little crumbs of cookies. One is missing. Little tiny like cookie crumbs. You're welcome. There's also space for like cookie crumbs in his mouth. They're really small. The smaller the project, the smaller the little accessory pieces are gonna be. But I'll see what I can get up. Just put 1 crumb in his mouth. I don't think it really matters. Alright, so now Cookie Monster is done. You see, he's just 3 colors, just like Elmo. So these characters are a little bit easy. I've done every last character, I think, for Sesame Street, and I made centerpieces with them. I'm gonna find the video and repost it this week just to show it again. Okay, so we're finished the individual. I chose mad shit to do here. Don't be me. Don't be me. Then we have the little heads with the 3 of them, right? But I would say if you're doing this for a customer, yes. Do all the things. Do all the things. So the back. Why I don't got 2 of these? Let me see something. I only see 1. Hold on, let's send this to a Matt. Quick fast so we could do every time I think I'm done, child. Is this the one? Wait, hold on. Yeah, that's the one. Every time I think I'm done, here goes another layer. So I believe. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna layer them out to make sure I know what layer goes first before I start gluing. So we have a black layer, we have a blue layer.
Mommy.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is done, but I never like. I don't know. I just let everybody do what they do. But with the chicken, I didn't tear it up nothing. So
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Just put away my roti, please.
Alright.
Put the green one goes here.
You can take it over, man.
And then the red one goes on top of that.
You put both of them? Both the paintings of chicken?
No, I only put one. But even one of the chickens is still a lot of chicken. And I already put
Just
mine
gotta
up.
line it up.
Nothing.
Right? So it goes like this. I don't give classes. I do have tutorials on YouTube though. Do you get colors in multiple machines at the same time? If so, how can it be done? You can open Cricut multiple times, Cricut Design Space multiple times. You go to the top, you hit File, New Window, and then for each machine that you want to use, you open a new Cricut Design Space. So today I use 4 Cricuts and then Avenger. I open the Cricut Design Space 5 times and then send each one to a different machine and send them. Did I get the roti from Guyana? I wish I could get roti from Guyana. The roti came from Civils. So once you layer this like this, then you're gonna go in and we're gonna put the top pieces on here. So now that we know the layers, then we could put them on, right? So lay everything out first, make sure where they are, and then glue.
I think I was. You want me to take out chicken food? Well,
No,
yeah, because there's a lot of chicken. So I don't.
just make sure Tyler know. You know, if Tyler see 10 pieces of chicken, he eating 10 pieces of chicken. That pack had like what, 12 pieces of chicken?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Right, so it should be enough. You shouldn't have to take out my food. Alright, I'm just going to glue this layer down. And we're good. I need another glue stick. I feel like this don't look like 100% right. I'm just gonna go back into the project and see what this specific layer looks like. I for some reason I feel like I'm doing something wrong. Oh, you know what? The silver, the gray. Okay, the gray part will cover that. Okay, because I'm seeing some blue. Okay, that's what I was. Okay, that's what I was doing wrong. Good thing I didn't glue this down. So the blue on the black, then another black layer. Okay, I knew something was wrong. Then a black layer, then I bring a green layer. Okay, I knew that looked funny. So I'm gonna glue the green to the black first and then glue it down. You coming to New York in April? Whatever you bring it to me. I need to, I don't know if I'm going to Ghana next year or the year after, but I really need to go because I haven't been back since I came to America. And that was a really long time ago. That was 41. Next year is going to make 42 years ago since I came to America. And I haven't been back since, Joe. I don't even know what Guyana is. My mother has, well, before she passed, she went back. Actually, the last time she came back from Guyana is when she was diagnosed with cancer. My mom has been a few times, but I put it in his mouth. I plan on going eventually. Joel has been back. He's only been in America for 11 years, and he's been back like 2 or 3 times already. It's just me. I gotta get my shit. Eventually, I'll make it. All right, so this part goes on top. So I did see you know what one of my goals is though? I found this on Instagram. I found it's like a stationary craft supply store in Guyana. And I said whenever I do visit, I want to contact them to see if we could do like a crafting class there. If they're still around. When I finally get my ass up and go. So that's my goal, to teach a crafting class in Guyana. Right? I forgot the name. I have to go look for it. They sell like planners. I think they're, I had looked up the address. I can't remember shit now. I have to go look for it. I follow them on Instagram though. Is this? Nope, I think it's this way. Alright. Yes. Alright, this is the right way. So always check to make sure everything is the correct way before we put it down. So now we're going to glue. So with this, because you know the background has to be black for their mouth, with each layer there's a black and then the color. So now with Elmo again, we have the black and then the color. And let me tell you something, I'm not doing 2 of these. The goal was to do 2 and put it on the board. No. We're going to finish this one. We did all the characters, right? Hold on. We got 3 characters, the sign. We're going to finish the party is here wording, and then put it all on the base. I ain't doing 2 of these because this is going in the garbage when I'm done. I think everybody kind of understand the layering process by now. Also too, if you want to see how we put it together, like design wise in Cricut Design Space, or any of the projects that we did this week, I do save these lives on IG and on YT. You know I can't say it, right? YOUTUBE. And for anybody that just found me here, I'm going to be going live every day up until Christmas, teaching you a new craft project. All of the lives we've done so far has been saved, again, on IG and YT. Also, on my YT channel, I have over 200 tutorials. If you guys want to head over there and subscribe. I am mainly a paper crafter, but I do dabble in a little bit of everything. So I do have some videos on like some sublimation projects and laser projects. All right. That's the base. And now we just have to get all of the pieces and finish them up. Y'all see why I'm only doing one now. So Oscar's little head piece here. I'm going to attempt to just do it real quickly. I do not recommend. Perfect, perfect. Unless you're used to working with a hot glue, I don't recommend you just put it down. Look at that, but it came out good. Fuck. Did I do that right? I think I did. Okay, I think I did. I said shit. I told y'all to lay down all the layers before you glue, right? And I didn't. But turns out I still did it right. The white goes on top. I thought this. Anyway, it's getting late. Can you tell? All right, so we're gonna put the eyebrows on top of the white layer, and then the white layer on top of the full thing. There's many layers to this darn piece. 70% are sublimation tumblers. Maybe you gotta like show, I think sometimes people are used to you doing something, so that's why they order. So you probably would have to like post more paper projects so they know that you make it. Alright, so we're gonna get this done. Alright, so look, Oscar is done. We're gonna move on to his friends. So Elmo, where are the pants? Oh, okay. Elmo has his white piece, and then his nose goes on top of this, and then that gets glued down. Tyler? Sound like somebody. And then we glue this down. We're making it. Were you by the? You were just standing there just now? Okay. All right. So Elmo is now done. Remember, this is all layering cardstock, and then Cookie Monster, it's only his eyes, so these little, he got little bitty eyes. Little scary thing, you. Oh, that's the eye size. Oh yeah. Something don't look right. I don't know. I can't line his eyes up. Put it down anyway. I feel like Cookie Monster is a little cockeyed, and every time I try to get his eyes right, it ain't being right. But since he cockeyed, I guess it don't matter. It's just gonna be. I think I missed a comment there. Hold on. Ugh. Coffee mugs. I'm obsessed with them. I love mugs. I need to make my own too. All right, so we're done that layer. So we did the one with everybody together. I am live on 3 platforms, guys. So when you see me going across, it's because I'm going across all of the devices so everybody can see. This is IG right here. This is TikTok right here. And over here is YouTube. So we finish everybody together. We finish Cookie Monster. We're finished Oscar the Grouch. We finished Elmo. And then we finished our Sesame Street sign. So all we have left now, I'm not doing 2 of the group of them. I'm just leaving that one. Child, if the sign look empty, so be it. Party is, that wasn't is. Right, like, bitch, you can't read. Party is here. So we're going to put the layer, I was gonna cut foam squares, that's gonna take too long. We're gonna glue these directly onto the green with our hot glue. It's straight, I think it's straight. Maybe if I face it my way, I would be able to see. Need another glue stick? Yes, we do. How's everybody doing? If it's your first time finding me, make sure y'all hit that follow or subscribe button. I will be going live every day up until Christmas, teaching a new craft project. Well, this week coming, we've been doing paper crafts. This week here, we're going to dabble in some laser and some sublimation. Now, let me tell you, I ain't the biggest expert, but we're just going to be doing basic sublimation. I ain't going to be doing no crazy shit. But I didn't want to just stick to just paper crafts for everyone. So we're going to be using the X2 S1. I'm going to do some sublimation. Saturday, I'm actually going to go live with Pretty Party and Crafty. She's really great with her printing her stickers. So we're going to be making stickers on Saturday. I think Sunday is when I'm going to do a shaker cake topper, because I have to get some supplies first. So every morning I will post a video letting you guys know what time the live will be for the day and what project. This is nothing planned out. It's just me wanting to do Vlogmas. And instead of vlogging and having to edit, I just decided to go live, pick random projects, and teach on live. Alright, so we have Party. This is Glitter on Glitter. The glitter is my brand. The CraftPrint shop, period, COM. I do think I'm going to bring everything over to my TikTok shop just to sell out the rest of the supplies. Yes, all of my glue guns are cordless. I only use Ryobi brands. So I have the big one that I use for larger projects. We're going to use this to glue everything onto the foam board. And this is the glue pen that I use for my smaller projects. They also have a mini, but I'm not fond of the mini. My sister does prefer the mini, but I don't. I feel like it's probably too lightweight. I don't know why I don't like it. But with the mini, the battery goes on the bottom, and then you take the gun out, so it's a little bit lighter. I'm not fond of that one. Okay. So the next one is here. We're gonna finish the here sign. I'm just trying to get my work done. Yeah. Help everybody out. Today's a mellow day, maybe because I had so much to do. Because usually I be on here acting a fool, but today we're kind of mellow. It's okay. We have different days. Some days we're a little rowdy. Some days we're calm. I think what the more work I have to do, the calmer I'm gonna be because I need to focus on getting the work done. I'm just gonna double check YouTube because the comments usually like don't stay up. So I'm just gonna double check to make sure I didn't miss a question. My oh god. Hold on. It keeps disappearing the comments. For the elf, I haven't with this series. I haven't been able to even take much pictures with my elves, man. Tomorrow I'm gonna try to do a few so that I have some stacked up. Everything has been taking up my time. I haven't even done much for Christmas. I mean, the boys don't require much anymore, but I have to do order some things for them. And we have to do some shopping for Joel's daughter. So that's why this week we're not gonna have long projects in the week because I need to do these lives on my lunch break so that in the evenings I can like run around and do my errands and shopping and stuff like that. All right, so we have it. We're done. Party is here. So now we need to decide what color we want to use for the board. As soon as I figure out where I put the board, I done showed y'all the board when we started, and now I don't know where I put it. Oh, here it is. All right. So we have. I bought a yellow, which I think the yellow might be too much, right? And I bought a blue. But on the back, they're white because I thought white would be too plain. So we'll see. I'm gonna let me lay it on the yellow and see. Let's see what I like. It doesn't look that bad on yellow. Alright, so the 3 people are going to be on the bottom. I'm gonna move the... Oh, guys! I did forget something. Alright, we still have one more piece to assemble. The little, maybe we could put this on top and it won't look bad. Alright, so I can't lean it because I didn't adhere it. So far, from the little bit you could see, how does it look on yellow? It doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad. Let's see how it would look on blue. It looks good on blue though. What y'all think? The blue looks better over yellow? I'm thinking blue. I like the way the blue looks. Ugh. Lord. Blue. Yeah, the blue, like the blue is so bright and nice. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to show y'all. All right, so we're going to do blue. Let me just put it here for a minute. And this is why I always say, like, play around with things, because you'll plan something and you don't like it, you don't know. You might change the size, you might go back. I do still want to do the 2 faces. Hold on. And then I have some other poster board. that poster board back there? No, it's not. No, it's not. All right, so we're gonna use the yellow. So my plan is whatever color we don't use, I'm gonna use the other poster board to cut strips. So you know how we use the adhesive foam squares for dimension? When I'm doing big projects like this, I use the same poster board for dimension instead of using a bunch of stuff like that. This yellow is pretty. I think I'm gonna go back. So I found these in Brooklyn at like a local variety store. I think they were like $2 or $3. All right, let's do the. Let's not, because I didn't cut. All right, let's not. I didn't cut Cookie Monster's face, so we ain't doing it. I'm not trying to find myself more work. All right, let's move these. You know what I do need though? Before we do that, what we need to do is cut our strips. So I'm going to get a mat to cut on. Hold on. Tyler, you have your window open? I can feel that cold air on my foot, child. Did you go outside in the snow today? All right, so what we're gonna do, I'm gonna raise the table a little. You get a mat so that you don't mess up your desk. We're going to use our foam. Wrong piece. I'm using the Cricut True Control knife, just like a X-Acto knife, whatever. And I'm just going to cut. I don't think any of our projects is thicker than this. It doesn't have to be straight. We're just putting it on the back. No one is seeing it. Do some skinny one. A little skinnier. And if we need it any smaller, we just trim it down. So we're going to use this for that. Where did you, the mat, this is a Fisker's mat from Michaels. They have a bigger, I have like a bigger one too. You can get multiple sizes. You can find them in the craft stores and on Amazon. All right, so we're going to line up our sign. Put everybody where you want them to go. I think I'm going to put the two on the end. We're going to raise them up one layer, and then trash guy here, we're going to raise him up 2 layers. All right. So the party is here. I can go down a little. And then we're going to put this in the center. So let's say if you wanted to do like some regular print and cuts to fill in, or even polka dots all around, you could fill it in with. So let's do that. Let's just get these on here. Let's see what size we need for. I will make this a little slimmer just so that I don't see it poking out. And this is where the larger gun is going to come in handy. Just know that when you're using this gun, I don't know if y'all could see the smoke. It is very hot. Your skin will fall off if this shit fall on you. It's happened to me many a times. Cookies, yes, I love that idea. Some cookies all around it will be really good. Thank you. And then we're going to glue him down. We're going to move to Cookie Monster. I'm gonna do like 2 pieces across here. If it wasn't so late, I would have did some print and cut cookies. Put on here. Oh. Alright, hold on. Cookie Monster's head. We need a little something to give some dimension here because it looks like his head is like sinking down. Why did I say dimension like that? Dimension. You know what? It's probably because I'm hungry. I need to eat dinner. All right. So we have, y'all, you can see the little layer on it. So this part, what I'm gonna do, I want him a little higher than the others. It's a Ryobi glue gun. I'm going to put 2 layers. So here's the thing with the 2 layers. I don't want his head sinking like what happened to Cookie Monster there. So I'm gonna put one across. And I need them to be the same size. Because again, I am doubling this, so I'm just going to glue them together first. So he can be a little higher than the other 2 characters. So this is going to go here, and then I want a piece down the middle. It's already cut, so just chopping it with the scissors. Get another one. And we just used the other poster board and just stripped it up. Right? Then he's going to go in the center. Right? Now, I just want to turn it this way so that I can make sure. If it's not straight, it's okay. This is not something I'm making for anybody. This is strictly for content. I think actually I'm gonna glue these flat. Because to have to cut the strips right now, too much. So they're gonna have to be smaller. I hope I got it straight. Now, the Sesame Street sign, I'm going to do it on 2 levels. Yeah. Do these together. don't think I have any questions. Thank you. If you have a question, drop it right now when I'm looking. If you have any questions, if you missed this live, we started at 5 o'clock. I showed you how to design it in Cricut Design Space. Then we cut and then we assembled all of the pieces. These are all cut layered files, no print and cut on this project. The live will be saved on IG and YOUTUBE if you want to rewatch it. I'm going live every day up until Christmas, teaching you a new craft project. I'm going live on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. I'm currently live on all 3 platforms as we speak. Every morning, I will come on with a video telling you what time we're going live for the day. Oh, my party's hair is a little bit to one side, but it's fine. This is just for content. This is not for somebody's party, or else I would have made sure it was straight. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a little bit more centered, right? And then this one at the top, I'm just gonna glue it and have it sticking out a little more. And if I had some time, maybe another day, I'll go in and print, or even like some cookies and small alphabet letters. All right, so this is what we put together. So we layered each piece and then put them on the little sign there. So like just randomly sporadic all over, some cookies and like ABC and some shapes, you know, will be cute. But honestly, this is it for today's project. So cute. Let me bring it a little closer so you guys see all of, I'm gonna go across because I am on multiple platforms. So I'm just gonna go across so everybody can see. Everything was just layered, just layering with cardstock. Kind of further back here, and it's just a large party is here sign. This is a 20 by 30 poster board, and we just layered all the pieces and put it on here. I do think in the future, I don't know when, I think I'm gonna come back in and add those things around there, because just looking at it like this is stressing me out. I think I'm gonna come back in and do it, right? So this was tonight's project. Yesterday we made paper Birkins. Look at how cute that is. Also to the previous lives, like the paper Birkins, it is saved on IG and on YOUTUBE. We've made, I'm just gonna grab some of them. Another previous live this month was, let me try to put it to the front, multi-layered cupcake toppers. So we went through different types of layered cupcake toppers, and I showed you how to design them, how to cut them, how to layer. A multi-layered cake topper. Thank you. Please do. Please do. And we also did a multi-layer clear gable box. So in these lives, I go through the designing process, the cutting, and the assembling process. So the week before that, we just had conversations about different machines and products, and I had like a Q&A where people could ask me any questions. If it's your first time here, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Shondell. I'm the creator of the CraftPrint. I am a paper crafter, but I love to dabble in a little bit of everything. So this live is going to be saved, and all of the previous lives are saved on IG and on YouTube. You can go back and you can watch them. I also have over 200 tutorials on YouTube. So if you need anything to do with, especially your Cricut, I got you. If it's your first time like opening a Cricut and you're not sure how to use Cricut Design Space, you can go at the top of my page on TikTok and on IG. I have a playlist called Mastering Cricut Design Space. It's 15 to 20 videos where I break down each feature in Design Space so you know how to use it. I did use the scoring wheel to score, but if you want to use the scoring stylus, do more than one, like 2 to 3 scores, multiply it and then layer it on top of each other and attach so that the scoring stylus goes over it more than once, and that'll help. But I did do this, I used the scoring wheel for that one. What was I saying? Oh, I also have a playlist at the top of my page for the quick swap tools. That's the main difference between a maker and an Explore machine, if you want to take a look at that as well. I will be going live every day up until Christmas. Thank you guys. Doing a new craft project. So look out on my page and I will announce the time that I'm going to go live every morning and what project we're going to do. For those of you who are interested in planning, journaling, a little shopping, everything outside of crafting, I do have another account. It's called me.shondelg, and that's where I'm going to be posting my planner, journaling, shopping, just lifestyle account if you're interested in anything outside of crafting. So that's it, guys. Today we did our party is here sign with layered cut pieces. I'm gonna see you cool cats and kittens tomorrow. What should you get? It all depends on what you want to do. Thank you. It all depends on what you're making. Don't rush to buy a whole bunch of stuff. Take your time and slowly get into things. The light blue matte is the lightest matte you're going to find. The rest are even stickier. I use the light blue matte on most things. It's ripping. So I would say touch the matte a little bit to like get your natural body oils on there to make it not so sticky, because the lightest stick is that is the blue matte. So try to make your matte not so sticky and then use your paper. The green and the purple is worse. Those are for like your glitter cardstock and stuff like that. So that is it, guys. This is the sign. Today's live is going to be saved. I did cut this on the Venture, and all of the other pieces I cut on the Maker 4, the Maker 3, the Explore 4, and the Explore 3. And that's it for today, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Good night, YouTube. Also, too, when I save this, you could add any questions.